Did you know?
I know?
That sometimes when I'm lonely, I sit and think about you?
Me?
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm lonely, I sit and think about you, and I don't know the rest of the words.
Every podcast just starts with Chris singing something.
If someone wanted to clip like every time I'm inaccurately
Singing,
that would be pretty funny.
He's a singer.
It is a special episode today.
Very special.
Because it is our
1 year
anniversary
of the podcast.
Of the Unusual Couple podcast.
It is not the 56th
It's not
episode.
the 52nd episode, though.
Wait, how many weeks are in a year?
52.
I'm a dumbass. Don't listen to it. I said 56.
That's why you said 52, I thought.
I said 56.
No, it's not the 52nd. Yeah.
Why did I think there were 56?
I don't know. You were lied to your whole life, I guess. But it's the 22nd, so we're 30 episodes shy. No, wait. Yeah, it's the 22nd.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solid.
We're both 22. We've been doing it a year.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
I just spent 20 minutes writing down a bunch of questions because we're not talking about any specific topics, what I'm trying to say. Because it's a year, we said, ask us a bunch of questions, and I got a whole notepad of questions written down from the Instagram account, which, by the way, Unusual Couple Podcast, follow us on IG. We're trying to hit 1,000 followers over there. It'd be cool if you guys follow us. We also have TikTok, same name, but we're going to be answering your questions, Q&A style, all over the place. These are just a guide for us. There was a lot of questions that were repeat questions, which we will hit. And that's really it. It's just they're guiding points for the conversation.
Yeah.
Should we get into them, or do you want to say anything else first?
Get cracking. I'll say this first, even though I'm sure we'll have a podcast episode before July 1st. It's just on my mind.
Okay.
Eddie's supremacy, and he's not dying, and that's all I wanted to say.
Let's talk about this, and then we'll get into it then.
Have we had a podcast episode since we watched Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
This is sad for you.
I remember
because
now.
last week's episode was called Stranger Things 4 Spoiler Talk.
I remember now.
I was heavily inebriated while we filmed that, and I remember that more than you. I edited it.
To be fair, it's in my defense, I'm used to us not filming a podcast episode, so I forgot.
Well, we're trying to do one every week.
I forgot.
This is the work I put in behind the scenes for us to make sure this happens, guys. So
yeah,
I make sure this happens. So
let's get cracking. Let's get cracking.
All right. So
first question.
Yeah. By the way, if you're listening, I appreciate you. Make sure to leave a nice review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Comment on the video version, like the video version, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the Unusual Couple Podcast, and we're going to keep doing this all summer, hopefully. And the exciting things might be coming. I don't know how you feel about it, but we're going to get into it. It's one of these questions we'll answer. So, the first question is, what's the hardest part of doing this? And that comes from Hooded Cap. My handwriting. I can't even read my own handwriting. I think it says Hooded Cap. We're going to go with Hooded Cap.
Or AEP,
Hooded COP.
maybe?
Hooded, I don't know.
I think if it's an AEP, I might recognize the username.
Okay, yeah.
Who's to say?
Hood. I scratched this, but yeah.
Hood.
What's the hardest part of doing this? I haven't answered you.
I think the hardest part is coming up with something to talk about every week.
I disagree. I just think it's consistency. Like, I think it's just showing up every week, because really and truly, it takes an hour and a half of our lives to sit down and record this, but we both get busy with other things, and it's like, we'll put it off.
That's fair, but also I remember during one of our many, dry spells, over last semester.
There's been, three
you would be like, it's just, not... It was after we started doing the hot takes episode, and you were like, that was really fun. I want to do something like that every episode. I don't want to just, talk every week. I want to do something specific each episode, and that is really hard to come up with.
It's hard to come up with if you're making other content, in my opinion, which you and I both do.
Yeah.
I think if we just did this, we wouldn't talk on other platforms, so we'd have a lot more to talk about, if that makes sense. We also talk all the time already, so it is kind of hard to think of things, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think consistency, because like I mentioned, if you get into a routine of anything and you break that routine once, it's like, okay, I don't have to do it next week.
Check against your list and see what's the words in Hamilton?
Which song? And then I'll know. I'll have to see.
The Reynolds pamphlet, where it's like, check against
the
your
facts against your list. I know what you're... I'd have to hear the song, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hang on. This is going to bother me.
I never spent a cent
that wasn't mine. What's the part of the song where it's like,
I never spent a cent that wasn't mine.
The Reynolds pamphlet.
Yeah, we'll get there. No, going to be president now.
Well, I'm looking up for the specific part.
While she looks for that, like if you get in a workout routine and you break that routine once, it's like, oh, I'm going to eat shit the next day and I'm not going to work out. And that's kind of what happens with me with content. So we're trying to get back into the rhythm. 2 in a row after I edit this tomorrow, this goes up Wednesday, it'll feel better and I'll be like, we can't break this rhythm again. It's also fun. We forget when we don't do it for a long period of time. So it happens to the best of us. If you guys experience something similar, let us know in the comments. And if Cam can't find it soon, we're going to move on.
It's in We Know.
Oh, yeah, it is We Know. You're right. Here it comes. It's coming up. Yep, here it comes. Here comes it. Yes. I'm going to pick it up in a second. See consistency. I never spent a cent that wasn't mine. You sent the dogs after my scent. That's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, that was just going to bother me if I didn't get that.
It's all good.
Next question.
Yeah, thank you for the question. And I think I think consistency is the hardest part. Yeah. Next one is, do you like Lego from X Studios 3000?
I do like Lego.
We have a Lego set off camera right now.
We do have a Lego set off camera. We, as a couple, have actually never built a Lego set together. Chris was into Legos as much as a baby. I don't want to say I was deprived of fandom stuff as a kid, but I kind of was because I was busy with dance.
She was busy with 1D.
I was busy with dance and One Direction.
Oh my God, we got to talk about them at some point.
Oh shit, we do.
We'll get to that after we answer this.
So the first time I built a Lego set was actually last summer when I went to Emma's house. Emma, if you're watching, shout out to Emma. Oh my gosh, is this being posted tomorrow?
This is being posted on the
Wednesday.
8th. Yeah, the 8th.
Fuck. Okay, well, Emma, when you're listening to this, happy birthday. You're now 20. Emma's birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
But the first Lego set
Life
I built,
will go on. You'll be all right as 20.
Thank you. She needs to hear that. She's like freaking out. I was texting her today. She was like, I don't know how to do taxes. I was like, Emma, look like I know how to do taxes? But regardless, the first Lego set I built was at Emma's house when I went to go see her last summer.
Valid.
I do like it, though. It's a fun time.
Yeah, I grew up with Lego. I had a tub of them, and so like I would just construct these things, these different ships. I had the minifigures. We just got to find a day to do it. Tonight. We're rewatching the Jurassic movies tonight, Cam.
Fine.
We got World and Fallen Kingdom, and we're gonna make an item.
Who says we can't do that at the same time?
It would feel wrong.
Fine.
It would feel wrong.
Next question.
But yeah, I like Lego. I had a bunch. I still have some of the sets too. I think some of the figures might be worth a lot now. But
I have videos of him playing with his Legos.
As a child?
No, recently, like within the past couple years.
Oh, I don't even remember that. Almost just dropped the notepad. That would not have been good. This one was a common asked one, so I kind of just wrote it down. What's the goal for both of you? Or like, what are you planning to do with your lives now? And this is from Chris Drew, but there was also a bunch of other people who asked it as well.
Good question.
You want to take the floor?
Sure. I think we're both trying to succeed in the field of content creation. As a couple, we've discussed wanting to move to Orlando.
Or anywhere, but like anywhere new, really.
If I'm gonna move somewhere, like I'd rather move to Orlando so that we can be like Disney influencers. Cause like
go to Disney.
I feel like being Disney influencers would really set us apart from like a lot of other influencers. You know what I mean? Like they go to Disney, but like they don't like go to Disney like consistently, like Tim Tracker or anything. Yeah. That'd be really fun for us. I think
it would be.
We'd be like news reporters.
Yeah, I mean, after doing the Stranger Things vlog, that opened my eyes to a lot of different things. Because I think both our vlogs turned out well. Different, because we both have different vlog styles.
Yeah.
I think, like, if you watch both our vlogs, and I think they're both effective.
You're very informative in your vlog.
And you're more cinematic, yeah.
My vlogs have 4.4K views.
High five. Doing very good for you, Cam.
Maybe I should post more on YouTube. Me every day.
But yeah, like, I love... every day I have a plan. I have a notepad. I write down everything I want to do on every different social media platform that day, and that's what I'm chasing with my all, and that is the end game.
Yeah.
There is no other option. That's like people will be like, "What's your backup plan? What's this? What's this?" It's like I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger who said, "If there's a backup plan in your mind, you have accepted that failure is a possibility, and it's not a possibility in my mind." If you show up every day, believe something, and give it your all every day, you will manifest that into existence. And I fully believe that. So, There's no other option.
I'd be okay with working for Marvel. I have always, not always, but like ever since COVID, I've like really liked the idea of making trailers. Like I wouldn't mind if through social media Marvel found me and they're like, hey, we want you to like, I don't even know if trailer editor is a thing. Or not even Marvel, like anything, like Netflix, Stranger
Just like
Things.
marketing or social or management.
Not
social
even social media management. I just want to make the trailers. I want to pick the song that they use, and I want to
like
edit.
a collaborative effort.
And I want to edit the trailers. That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
to be fun.
Yeah.
Video editor.
So content creation and all that's the plan. For sure. I'm gonna cross that off the list.
For show.
Let's see. Congrats on 1 year. Which movie/TV character basically captures your personality? This is from King Alex. Shout out Alex. I know he was at the Stranger Things premiere, and like that was really cool.
Oh yeah, he tagged me in that post, so
Awesome.
I could see it.
Yeah,
So
Alex,
crazy.
you rock, bro. Keep doing your thing, and that's such a cool opportunity. Very happy you got to experience that.
Who would you say is me?
We're doing any TV show, right?
I think, honestly, blame it on recency bias. I'm gonna go with Max for me, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Hella sarcastic, kind of always fed up with people. Where she's like, if I play, do I get one of those cool T-shirts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's something I would do.
Yeah. I can see
Also,
it.
she can be sensitive sometimes.
This is true. I'm trying to think. That's a good one for you. I'm trying to think of other shows is what I'm trying to do right now.
I'll keep talking while you think.
Well, what about like maybe Starlight?
For me?
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah. What?
I'm blushing.
Because I do think you like to stand proud in your beliefs, and I think she tries to do that for the most part.
That's so true, King. She does it unless she like has to like not to protect like Huey's life and stuff. So
No spoilers for The Boys 3 or Boys
well,
season
just,
3.
Honestly, any of the part of The Boys.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That is very kind of you.
What about me? It's hard, isn't it?
It is hard. Honestly, I'm trying to think. This isn't just because you and Chris Pratt can look similar, but I do think you are very similar to Star-Lord in many ways. I think you guys have similar humor.
Okay.
I think you guys have similar taste in music.
We do.
Trying to think.
That's not a bad one, though. I mean, I thought you were going to say, because for some reason my mind was on TV, I thought you were going to say Andy Dwyer.
Who the hell?
I know you don't watch Parks and Rec, but that's Chris Pratt in that show. And I thought you were going there for a second.
Oh my God, no, that.
Which I kind of, I mean, he's like, it was before he got jacked, so it's like he's got the coat of you know, the man, the beer belly like I do. He's got, he's funny. I mean, maybe, yeah. Those are good ones, though. We can move on. We don't have to sit here forever.
Hopper.
Okay.
You give me Hopper.
Hopper when he's
irritable,
angry,
irritable.
When he has Mike
when
in
he's
the
drunk.
car in season 3, and he's
when
like,
he's drunk, and he's like,
"Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to drive you home."
When he's like drinking, and the guy's like, "Sir, you can't leave with that," and he's like, "I'm the chief of police. I can do whatever I want."
Or like when he's with the Mayor Klein.
Yeah. You give me Hopper.
Okay, I can dig it. I love Hopper. He's my second favorite character. But yeah, that was a good question. Thank you, Alex. Next one. This is kind of what I was hinting at earlier. Will there be guests from Dylan Tollhouse Cookie? I like the username. Will there ever be guests on the Unusual Couple podcast?
Yeah, that would be really fun.
It's a must, in my opinion.
I don't really know about in person. I feel like that'd be like.
We wouldn't film it like this. We would just film it on a Zoom.
Yeah, we'd have to get a little computer right in front of us.
Yeah.
Name one guest you'd like to have on the podcast?
I mean, the funniest one we could get.
We can't put Matt on this podcast.
Why not?
We cannot. I won't be able to speak to him because I can't be like, hang the phone up.
That would be hilarious if we had like Soups on here, because I love like off camera,
He's a
seeing
funny. He's
them
a
two
funny
go at
fucker.
it, and then me, I'm kind of like the monkey in the middle. I kind of instigate.
You can.
And
I
then
want
them
you,
two just
when
go
this
at it.
podcast comes out, I want you to clip this and I want you to send it to
Yeah.
Matt. Me and Matt argue like we are brother and sister.
Mhm.
Like he says things, like, especially if we like FaceTime him at 3 a.m. after like a Marvel episode has come out. He says the most offhanded shit that he knows will piss me off. He'll be like, "Oh fuck the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Bucky's an asset.
Bucky's an asset. Bucky sucks. Bucky's the worst
Yeah.
Marvel character." And I'm like, get this man off the phone immediately. Get him off the phone. I
Yeah.
can't handle it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll say to Chris silently, I'll be like, go into the other room now.
That would be funny.
I would put Emma.
He would
That's
be
my answer, by the way.
like the funniest one to have, I think. But I
Emma
would love
be
to have Emma on.
fun. We get all of Clint Stinks.
That would be something.
None of them listen to the podcast.
I
I think it would be fun to have Leia on or Luke. That'd be
yeah,
fun.
that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Even like I feel like real world people would be fun too. Like
My dad. My sister probably wants to be a guest,
Yeah.
even though she doesn't listen to it. I actually really think Luke would be a really funny person to have on the podcast. We
Yeah.
could do a drinking episode.
Yeah.
Can't include Leia, unfortunately. She is underage,
Oh,
but Luke's
yeah.
of age.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. That would be fun. I mean, it'd
You
be
and
fun to
Lu-
have
you
Jenna.
and Luke
I
can
know
finally
you've
do
never
shots.
spoken to Jenna.
Jenna!
but I like
That'd be
Jenna.
so awkward again.
The first time I'm just here trying to be. That would be so funny.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Stop it. I'm like,
I'm just sitting here like trying to get the conversation going.
I'm like shaking thinking about that.
Oh my
like thinking
gosh.
about talking to Jenna on a FaceTime call.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'd love to have Trevor on, of course.
For those of you that don't know, me and Jenna is another content creator. She and I talk literally every day, every single day.
Daily.
But we only talk like through either text or like videos. We do not talk on the
Yeah.
phone. We've been best friends for like I'd say upwards
Months.
of 6 months at this point, 6 to 8 months. And we do not talk on the phone. I can't. Continue.
I said honestly, my number one would probably be Trevor. Just because
That'd
like
be fun.
I
like
love that, my
Trevor.
boy Trevor, and
I
you.
love Trevor.
Yeah, y'all
Me and
y'all
Trevor-
team up on me if anything when y'all
Me and
talk.
Trevor are like
Yeah.
this on everything ever. Almost
Yeah.
like 90% of the time, me and Trevor agree.
And I'm always the outlier.
Yeah.
Or I always disagree. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people. I mean, real like. Yeah, there's just people I think we should start doing it, but not the whole time.
No, of
It
course
should
not.
be like 20
Once a
minutes.
month.
20 minutes. Like
Oh, you meant of the whole
not even the whole episode.
podcast.
Not even the whole episode.
Gotcha.
like half the episode.
Fair.
But yeah, that was a good one. Next is this one's for me. Chris, have you fallen out of love with film? It just seems like you don't watch as many now. This is from Ash. Ash, shout out Ash, longtime supporter of the channel. I know you started up a channel, the Blu-ray collection. I watched that. That was a very good vid. But to answer your question, I wouldn't say I've fallen out of love with film. There's a few things happening. One, I've been on a TV kick right now, and when I watch TV shows, I don't watch as many movies. So I mean, Ozark was recently. I've been rewatching Stranger Things. I've been rewatching The Boys. I was rewatching Barry, leading up to Barry. So I've been watching a lot more TV shows. I've also been creating a lot more content, which takes time away from when I could be watching movies in the evening. And if I want to do a live stream or a Twitch stream, that takes away from it. And I also started working like a job recently that has also
true.
taken up time on the side.
Tell the internet what you want to do to yourself.
Oh, okay. So I go through this about once every
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Is that bi-weekly? Is that the term?
No, bi-weekly I think is twice a week.
Really? Every other week,
Because biannual is twice a year.
Okay. Well, every other week, I'm like, should I change my username?
He wants to change his name
I think
from Filmstocked.
I know Filmstock's clever. I thought of it in 2018 when I made the Instagram page
He
before I
thinks-
had YouTube or anything. And I was like talking about movies, film.
He thinks he should change
Now
it.
I talk about a lot of Stranger Things, a lot of TV, and it's like, does Filmstock limit me? Like, does it limit like the ability for people to connect with Chris by having the name Filmstocked?
Does it limit people to connect with Soups just because his name is Soups?
No.
I think you just feel that way because I'm Cameron Silas everywhere.
I guess so, yeah, probably.
I wish every day that I had a name like Filmstocked that I could go by. Like Slayas or Filmstocked or something like that. Because like if I ever get to a point where like I want to make merch, what am I going to do? Put my name on it?
Yeah,
No. That's gross. But you can put Filmstocked on merch.
that is true.
Tight.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I think it's stupid that he would ever want to change his name off of Filmstocked because at this point it is a brand And he's gone too far with it to change it, and I think that'd be the stupidest thing you could ever do in your entire career.
I'm not going to get rid of it.
Good.
I've just pondered getting rid of it, but I don't know what I would do.
Quit pondering. Honey, it's a good thing he don't get paid for thinking.
Oh man, but yeah, I still love film. I will admit I haven't watched as many. If you follow me on Letterboxd, I log everything I watch over there, and like in 2020, truthfully, 2020 is like right when I started getting. If you'll notice, if you go to what I logged, I took school really seriously until COVID happened, and then when COVID happened, I watched a shit ton of movies. So like all of 2020, I watched more. I mean, I had COVID in November. I was watching a movie or two a day in November 2020. I mean, I was cranking through movies in all of 2020. Slowed down in 2021, and then this year I've slowed down even more. I watch new releases if I get like invited early, or if it's a movie I want to see. Like we're seeing a few this week. We're seeing Jurassic World Dominion and Lightyear early, so I'll have reviews for those soon. But like the big ones, I mean, at the beginning of every year, I map out the big ones I want to see. So those are movies I will see. But I haven't watched as much older cinema, I guess. I just, and it's honestly, it's not a shot at you at all. It's not. Let me just say it. Like if I'm with you, I'm not going to be like, oh, do you want to watch this movie from 1970?
You have a room.
I know, but like, I'd rather watch something we can both watch.
Just be like me and watch Footloose 2011 on repeat.
It's just, and like I don't mind it at all because I've seen a lot of movies I want to see.
I'm definitely more of a TV watcher, so I think that definitely has an effect on you. Like I will watch Stranger Things twice a month. I'll put on Outer Banks. I'll put on The Boys. I'll put on what are some? I'm watching Glee right now.
Still gotta finish Teen Wolf.
Happy Pride Month, everybody. I do have to finish Teen Wolf. Jenna, if you're listening, I'm so sorry. It's been so hard since Isaac left the show.
Yeah, it's bad. It's sad for her, not even gonna lie.
I have to finish Medici.
Good lord. You got a lot to watch, woman.
To be fair, I've been...
Did you bail on Dynasty?
Me and Sophia both bailed on Dynasty.
Really?
Okay, to be fair, it's gotten really bad. And also, I've been savoring Medici because it's only like 6 episodes. So
okay, yeah.
8 episodes.
You know, I watch a lot more TV now, and I'm working more at a job, and like I also am doing this, and so like I just don't watch them as much, but I still love movies, obviously, and I own a shit ton of Blu-rays, obviously, and I still buy Blu-rays on occasion. But
it's not like many good movies have come out lately, anyways.
We've been in a little bit of a new movie slump in May, truthfully. June's about to change that. I do have movies on my watch list, like older movies from all years that I want to get through. It's just going to take time, chip away. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if I start up like another 100 movies type project. We'll see. But thank you for the question. Here's a good one. It's going to get a little heated. What do you guys hope to see from Disney Plus Daredevil series? This is from Molly Parham.
I would like to see me getting casted and for a recreation of that one scene in season 2.
You're a pig for that. Swine.
Okay, genuinely though, Foggy and Karen, and that's genuinely just what I need to see.
Can I go on a rant here?
Oh, go ahead.
The one thing in the world I want is for this not to be a shit show like a lot of the other MCU Disney Plus shows we've gotten.
13 episodes is what I want.
Where I want them to make it more than 6 episodes, have balls for once, and just commit to the TVMA rating. Because let's be honest, if you water down this character, and we've been saying this for months now, it's going to be shit on. If this is not of the same level of quality as the Netflix one, which by the way, it's not going to be because they're going to want to try and make it new, it is going to be bombed. Like, if you think people are mad about Kenobi or mad about anything, the Daredevil fans were already so annoying when new people started to watch the show, I'm saying. So, like, imagine now with everyone who has fallen in love with the show, it's grown this huge fandom now. It will get shit on if it is a joke, if it is not taken seriously, if it's not violent, if it's not mature. And that's what I want to see. I want them to see Karen. I want to see Karen, and I want to see Foggy. And they're not going to give us any of this, by the way.
And you want to see Frank.
I think this is already... I don't even want to see him. No. I don't want him to be tarnished by the dog shit that they're gonna shit out.
All right.
I'm sorry. It's really hard to be optimistic about the show. Is it exciting on one hand? Yeah, that we're getting Daredevil back. But on the other hand, what are they really going to do with him? It's going to be like a PG Daredevil. It scares the hell out of me, honestly, guys. And we'll see what happens. I just want them to do it right, and they probably won't because they'll do 6 episodes, and we'll find out who the villain is in episode 4. It's just like I'm burnt out on MCU, but it is what it is. MCU Disney Plus, I should say. This question is, what is your favorite podcast episode / memory? And this one was asked by like 10 plus people, so I'm not shouting one out here, but it's the most asked question. Favorite episode to film and favorite memory.
Favorite episode has to be our hot takes episode, right?
We did multiple of those.
The first one we did was really good. Wasn't that when we came up with our own?
Yeah, I think we did. I think it might have been, yeah. Our
that was a good one.
Might have been Marvel or I don't know.
No. We did.
You can go right now to the YouTube channel and scroll.
We did our hot takes, and then we did other people's unpopular opinions.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you not remember that?
I do remember, but you're gonna have to go to the playlist and then scroll. Scroll to the bottom. So.
How We Met. What is Marvel?
Go up. Marvel.
Bucky Barnes is for the boys.
Marvel hot takes.
Marvel hot takes.
Those were our own.
Those were our hot takes.
That was my favorite one, probably.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Because it was our own, and we could just be like, fuck them.
Yeah.
There was a little stretch where I mean, our setting, like the apartment episodes were all right. I'm going to call them the apartment episodes, but like it feels good to be back to form here.
The setting is just superior.
This is a superior setting. And when eventually we hopefully have our own place and we still do this.
Yes. No, when we have our own place, we're going to have like a setup. We'll have microphone stands, so we don't have to hold the phone microphones all.
We're going to get some Shure microphones like Logan Paul and Cody Co. and Barstool, the nice ass ones. That would be cool, or Shire, I don't know. But that was the Marvel Hot Takes one was fun to film. I also enjoy when I do have some drinks and get on here. That's my favorite memory because I'm like I'm unhinged.
He is unhinged, and people tell me you're unhinged.
Not in a bad way, though.
No, it's just the reason people say you're unhinged when you drink is because outside of drink,
I'm just cutting up.
When you're not drinking, like you're very reserved and.
It's for to people I don't really know, maybe.
Yeah, more like it's mostly when you're in like a public setting. I'd say you're much more polite and reserved. But when you get a couple drinks and you will call someone.
But yeah, it's fun to drink on here. It makes the time go fast, but it's also just like it feels more relaxing. So. Yeah. That was a good question that like everyone asked. So it was kind of a bland answer, but there you have it. What's your favorite thing about each other? This is from Avery Ann.
I want you to answer this.
Why do you want me to answer it?
Because you're a boy, and girls would always be able to give better answers than boys.
Okay, for sure. I think you're the most creative person in the whole world. I truly believe that. And I just think that I love your ability to like do artsy things and take pictures and draw and just do crafts, and it's just nice. Like I just think you're very smart and I love you. And that's that. Yeah.
That was sweet. That was a good answer.
You want to top that?
I was waiting for you to just be like, you're funny. Because sometimes I'll ask you, like, what's your favorite thing about me? And you're like, you're pretty.
You is kind. You is smart.
You is important. For you, I can come up with a lot of things. I really like how motivated of a person you are. It is very inspiring, and it's nice to have somebody who is always so motivated, because I feel like that pushes me to be more motivated, which is something I desperately need. I like, but that's more of like you in like a professional aspect. In terms of like a relationship aspect, you're a very caring person, a lot of times to a fault, I would say. Like, you are always like, I would rip my own fingernails off right now if it meant that you could be comfortable. And it's like, oh my God, it's okay. I just have a blister. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's very sweet, and you're a very nice boyfriend, and I love you as well.
You do a good job of taking care of me too when I'm ill. And vice versa. I think
Chris was sick the other day, and I came into the room with a moist towelette to lay upon his forehead, and he already had one.
Yeah.
And so we laid it on his tummy.
Oh, like a little baby boy. But yeah, that is the answer to that question.
Relationship, pog.
Ooh, moving on to a more relevant topic. Favorite Stranger Things episode per season. This one was from Summer Vibes Only 101. We're gonna kind of. Do you want to go look at it? Or do
I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up just season. We're just gonna do season 4, I think, because it's freshest in our minds.
Season 4 is, for me, it's episode 7 actually, guys, and I know that that's changed recently, but my favorite episode thus far.
Oh, I thought that the question was, can you rank your favorite Stranger Things episodes, like per season? That's what I thought you asked.
No, what's your favorite episode in each season?
That's why I looked it up.
Like season 1.
God dang. Okay.
Season
Yeah.
2,
Yeah. Yeah.
season
Yeah.
3,
Yeah.
season 4.
Do you have yours from season 1?
I really like episode 3. Is it called like The Boy? Or the
Episode 3 is
The Body. Episode 3 is the one where, spoilers, they find Will's body at the very end.
that's
I'm
4.
convicted in that.
Episode 4 is the body. Episode 3 is Holly Jolly with the lights.
Actually, I think Ep 3 ends with the body. I think it's called The Body because they find the fake body.
I like the Flea and the Acrobat. It's a good episode.
Okay. Yeah. Season 2, the finale with ease. That's a great episode.
Honorable mention for me. I do like Mad Max.
The opener.
Yeah, but yeah, the Gate episode 9 is definitely the best episode. It's just so good.
Season 3, also the Battle of Starkville Mall, or whatever, the finale.
Yeah, season.
I'm a big
3,
finale guy, dude.
E Pluribus Unum is a good episode though.
Yeah.
I think that's when Alexi dies? Question mark. Or maybe he
think
dies.
so.
Maybe he dies in episode 7.
I think he might die he dies at the very end, and then Hopper gets in the car, and then they start driving.
And then I think for season 4, it's also episode. As of right now, episode 7.
Originally it was episode 4, but I've rewatched, and episode 7 is phenomenal.
It's just
for
like,
a longer period of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of reveal, but also like episode 4.
Here's what my
episode
analogy.
4 is epic. The entire episode as well, though. I will say.
I think episode 4 has the best scene in Stranger Things, but episode 7 is better.
The reveal is just really good, and like the way that it's done and all that stuff. But you gotta remember, episode 4 also has like all the flashbacks with Victor Creel. Episode 4 has all the places they go with Max. We get Billy back. We have all the stuff with Max.
That's true.
And then
you get the shootout, where the one-shot shootout in the firehouse.
The one-shot shootout at the beginning for the California storyline, and then I'm pretty sure that's also the episode where Hopper blows up the thing in the jail.
Yeah, it is.
And like chokes out a prison guard. So we've got insane stuff happening with every single storyline in episode 4.
Yeah, we do. The finale has the Demogorgon fight with Joyce and Hopper's reunion, the whole revelation, and them like in the upside down with the bike shots.
They're
in the
like
finale.
neck and neck.
The
for
finale,
me.
the finale is the bike shot, right?
They're neck and neck for me. I think that Jamie Kimball Bower is like, the more I watch episode 7, the more like I get so enthralled when Jamie Kimball Bower is like speaking.
Yeah,
he's like such a good like evil little freak. Honorable mention for season 4 though would be episode 1 because that's the most screen time for Eddie, and I love Eddie.
Valid.
Episode 1 is a good.
That's how I take notes when I need to edit something.
All right, episode 1 is a good episode in my eyes. There's a car alarm going off outside. But I think it's a testament to how good Stranger Things is that almost every single best episode of every season is like the finale. Like the finale like never disappoints.
Never. They have proven me wrong, and I've gone back and looked, and like just the detail. If you can apparently hear the clock in like every season. That's
I'm telling you,
dude.
the Duffer Bros told us at the beginning of promo for season 4. They're like, 5 years ago, we sat down and we planned out this entire show, and we realized that it was going to span over more than one season, and it was going to span over 5 seasons.
Yeah.
They knew what the fuck they're doing, and whatever happens in season 5 is going to be so crazy, and we're all going to be so mind blown, and it's going to be absolutely insane, and I have goosebumps. Next question.
Yep, it's going to be nuts. Moving on to the next one. Favorite movie to watch together from Braden Loves Movies. Shout out Braden, supporter of the Film Stock YouTube channel. What a guy.
We have a couple.
There's a few that come to mind, yeah.
Let's rattle a couple off.
Honestly, like Footloose 2011 lately.
Yeah.
We watched that one a lot.
Well, see, I have this really fun thing where I just rewatch the same movies over and over again. So when Chris is around for that, it'll become a favorite. But we love Footloose 2011. We love Miles Teller, and we love Let's Hear It for the Boys. We love watching The Social Network together.
We do.
We love.
Which is a weird one, but we do. We watch that a lot together.
Love The Social Network. What's another one we really like to watch?
Back to the Future is fun. We watched that one
Back to
quite
the Future
a few times
is
together.
a fun one to watch together. I'm like looking around my room.
We don't watch Marvel that much together, honestly. Like we don't. I just don't rewatch the MCU as much as I used to.
Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Specifically,
like
The Prisoner of Azkaban.
we could sit here and say 1,000 different movies, but
Harry Potter.
those are like the first ones that come to mind, honestly. Or you know what? I like watching like The Hunger Games. Like movies like that are fun to rewatch.
So true.
That we don't like, not Marvel or Star Wars as much.
Yeah.
We still love those, obviously.
I don't rewatch Marvel and Star Wars honestly ever. Like maybe I rewatch Star Wars once a year. Maybe I'll throw on a Marvel movie once every 6 months.
Well,
I'm good on Marvel content right now. Like, I don't need to go back and rewatch any of the movies because they're giving me something like once every 2 weeks.
That's
good.
about right. Yeah.
Good on the Marvel content.
Well, like the thing is, even now, I don't watch Marvel or Star Wars that much, but I never really have. I
never have.
I watch the new movies like 3 or 4 times right when they come out, and then like, I know them so well.
Yeah, it's fine.
I know them. Like
that's the same with Star Wars. Like I'll watch it on May 4th. But that's about it.
Or like Christmas. It's like a Christmas.
Yeah,
thing.
that too. I
love Star Wars, but it's just like I don't watch. One that's fun to watch is Pirates. Pirates.
That's
of the
true.
Caribbean. Like,
Pirates is
the
a fun
franchises
one to watch.
that don't. That we don't talk about all the time. We love watching.
Like
those.
Disney, Tangled.
Yep. Yeah.
I try for a while was like making you watch things like Snow White and Cinderella and Sleeping
Yeah.
Beauty.
That's true. I remember that. But yeah, those are the
Good
first ones
answer.
that come to
Good
mind.
answer. Good answer.
The next one, how'd you guys meet? We got asked this a bunch. Episode 1.
We have a podcast episode about that, you guys.
It's the
Come
very
on.
first episode of the podcast.
Get jiggy with it.
It's like an hour plus of us talking about
It's technically on my YouTube channel, but if you click on our YouTube page, the one that you're currently watching this video on right now, or if you're not watching and you're listening, then you already know where you are. Click on it, go to the playlist section, and it's the very first podcast episode.
Damn right it is.
But I guess long story short, in middle school.
Yeah, it's a long story. It's a love story. Baby, just say yes.
Every single episode, Chris proves more and more that he is a Swiftie.
I am.
Jenna was so happy that you were a Swiftie.
Swiftie confirmed.
She said, period, Chris saying 1989 is the next album coming out.
But yeah. All right, next one. If you could be besties with only one MCU character, who would it be and why? This is from Face Sticker.
Good question. I have a lot of answers. There is no way that pen is out of ink. It is full on ink.
All right. Well, I just got it to work, so I licked it.
Gross. That's a good question. Honestly, can I give to my top 3?
Sure.
Number
Even
1.
though the question says only
I
one.
know, but I can't pick. Number 1, Sam Wilson. Number 2, Kate Bishop. Number 3, Goose.
Okay. That's a solid list right there.
I know. Pretty solid.
For me, I'm going to have to say,
I can already give you some for you.
please help me out here.
Thor. You and Thor would be really good friends. I just know
Me
it.
and Star-Lord would be good friends. We'd be boys.
I can see
Me and
you-
Thor could drink like dogs.
I could
so
see
we
you
could-
wanting to be friends with Iron Man just because
I would
he's
want
your
to be friends
fave.
with him, yeah. Mm-hmm. As for like Phase
Yelena.
4,
You'd want to be friends with Yelena.
yeah, me and Yelena would be chill. As for Phase 4, I'm really like, I know I said Yelena, but what have they released lately? That's worth putting a character from. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. We can both say that because he's technically.
I
want to
be more than besties with Andrew Garfield
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Pig. She likes to call me a pig on this thing. She's made like 3 or 4 piggish remarks. I have not.
Honestly, I could see myself being friends. How do you say her name? Kamala?
Yeah.
I could see myself being friends with Kamala Khan, honestly.
Yeah. Or Kamala. I don't know.
Kamala. Guys, listen. Whichever way I'm supposed to pronounce it, I'm so sorry. I have the memory of a goldfish. But I think she's cute. She's like
Yeah.
a little cosplayer, YouTuber. She's one of us.
I think it's Kamala. I'm almost
Kamala.
confident in that now. So I'm sorry if we mispronounced it.
I'm so sorry. I love her, though.
Moving on to another Stranger Things topic. From that boy, Ben Meters Review. Shout out, Ben. Go subscribe to Meters Reviews on YouTube. He says, undisputed best Stranger Things character.
Say the name on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Steve
Harrington.
Harrington.
Next question.
I thought she was going to say someone else.
Okay, well, my favorite character is Max, but I think the undisputed best character is Steve.
Yeah, but I will hear out Hopper, and I think that you have to hear out Hopper. As the
If I
undisputed
hear out
best.
Hopper, can you hear out Max?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you? You're gingerist.
No.
That's what you are.
I'm seasonist, and she's not in season 1, so she
Oh,
can't be the undisputed best.
Shit. You love Robin so fucking much, and Max is in more seasons than her.
Did I try and make an argument for her to be the best?
No, I'm just saying, Max. Robin is higher on your list than Max, so you can't even do the whole seasonist thing when it comes to your favorite characters, because
Okay.
that's bullshit. In words of Nancy,
I was
which,
about to say.
by the way, she hasn't said bullshit yet this season. I've been talking to Gavin about that, and I'm still waiting, because she says bullshit in every single season. Even season 1, she says bullshit. It's
This
like
is true.
it's her thing.
This is true.
She can't die before she says bullshit. I refuse. Maybe she said it in her room, actually. No, I don't think she did.
I don't know.
would've
Maybe
remembered.
she did. I think she might have, and I think we,
This
because I
is
thought we looked at each
This
other.
is bullshit.
I thought we looked at each other.
Maybe she did.
Someone said bullshit, and
Can
then we were
someone
like, oh.
fact check me?
No,
on
wait, did
that?
Steve say bullshit? I think Steve said bullshit.
Steve did say bullshit.
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 But yeah, it's Steve Harrington. He has the best arc, and if he dies, we die. If Steve dies, we die, and they're probably gonna bait us hard on Steve.
Characters that I will die if they die.
All of the above.
Steve, Max, Lucas, Eddie.
High key, Hopper again, Joyce, Murray, bro. If Murray dies, if Brett Gelman, who followed me on Twitter, dies in Stranger Things, I don't know if I'll recover.
I'm gonna be honest. If they killed Hopper this season, I'll be sad. I'll be sad if anybody
more
dies.
More like bad writing. You can't kill
I'll
him
be
again.
sad if anybody dies. Honestly, like there's no way they could kill a single character on the show and I won't cry for them because 100% I will. That's how much I care about every single one of these characters. However, if I'm ranking, if they killed Hopper right now, it wouldn't hurt as bad because A, I've already been through those emotions. Been there, done that. B, he hasn't really been with the rest of with the cast. You know what I mean?
He hasn't rekindled his relationship, so everyone would still think he's dead.
A big part of the reason why deaths in the show are so sad is because of you cry because you care about the character, but you also can cry because of the characters crying about the dead character.
Yeah.
For example, if Mike died, not a tear would be shed. However, Eleven's reaction, Will's reaction would get to me.
Yeah.
I would start crying because of them.
Fair.
You know what I mean? But no one would have a reaction because everyone already thinks Hopper's dead, except for like Joyce and Murray. So I would be like, oh.
Yeah. So Steve Harrington's the undisputed best. Someone's gonna die in the next 2 episodes. It's gonna be sad as shit. And
please
that's
don't
really
be
all.
Eddie.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens. The
Next
next
question.
one. First fandom y'all got into from Sydney Barber.
Would you say mine is Star Wars or Harry Potter?
I can't answer that for you.
I always say, here's the thing. I think I watched Star Wars movies before I watched or read Harry Potter because my mom introduced it to me. But I never classified myself as being in the Star Wars fandom until probably I met you.
Really?
Like I only ever did Star Wars stuff with my mom. Like I was not on fandom social media before you. Like I genuinely wasn't.
Okay.
I was big into Harry Potter though. Like Harry Potter was like the first franchise that I like bought clothes from. Like, you know what I mean? Like bought merch from. Went to the movies, read the books.
I'd say Harry Potter then for you.
Either Harry Potter or outside of like
movies and TV.
We
know what it is.
One Direction.
Yeah.
Been a One Direction stan since 2011. Shout out to my sister for introducing them to me because I think the story is something along the lines of like through meeting somebody at a dance summer intensive, she knew somebody, of course, the pond, and then introduced her to One Direction like during X Factor.
Wow.
And then so she was into them fresh out the gate, and then she introduced them to me around like 2011, and I was like, oh shit. And then like when I got Instagram, like my Instagram was a One Direction fan account. I got Instagram before people started getting it to like have as a personal thing. Like it was a brand new app.
Wow.
And nobody was getting it. People were still on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah.
And I distinctly remember having to go and delete all of my One Direction posts because people started to get Instagram for personal reasons, and my phone number was set up to this account, and people started following it. And I was like, this is embarrassing. So I had to take all my posts down, change my username, and make it a personal account because at the time you can only have one Instagram account.
Damn.
It was a crazy time.
Damn. That's pretty wild. We're gonna go into a little bit of recent drama with that after I answer the question, but my answer to this question is Star Wars because I watched like the Toby movies, and I watched Iron Man in 2008, but before that, I watched Star Wars when I was 4 or 5, even 3, I would say. I grew up on it, watched it all. Hell, in 2003 actually, in 2003, I was watching the Clone Wars micro series. Like I've loved it since then. So Star Wars is the answer. There's the picture of me getting the Millennium Falcon as a kid. Star Wars was the first fandom I was in. That's my simple answer. The One Direction fandom's kind of torn up lately because of Liam Payne.
Bruv.
What is he doing?
Spiraling.
Why I don't want to
ruining
spend
my
too
childhood.
much time on it, but like
depressing me within the course of an hour.
I've rewatched the clip of him being like, so the boys in this got a little rowdy, and one of them threw me against the wall, and I said, if you want to use those hands again, you
better take them off me.
Like this motherfucker
would pay good money to see
like
Liam
he's Frank
Payne.
Castle or something.
I would love to see Liam Payne circa 2017 say that to fucking not 2017. Circa 2013.
Doesn't matter when.
Circa 2013, circa 2014 to say that to Zayn Malik, the fucking scariest member of the band, arguably.
That's some shit that like Frank Castle, the Punisher, would
Bullshit.
say, or like Daredevil.
I know for a fact Liam didn't say jack shit.
Yeah, that's a lie, and a lot of that was just
my thing was him being like, yeah, One Direction was actually made because of me. Simon Cowell said, want you to get to put through on the X Factor, so I'm making this band for you. Bullshit, Liam. You're just.
Hopefully I didn't clip the mic too hard.
Sorry.
You're good.
He sucks.
Yeah.
L band member.
It's crazy how that can.
It's a good
It's
thing.
crazy just how fast the night changes.
Doesn't it ever drive you crazy? Next question.
Next one's a little speed round. This is favorite mutant from Anders.
Magneto.
Mine is
Sorry.
Wolverine.
Nice.
For sure. Wolverine for sure.
The sexiest mutants. If
That's
I'm
like the 5th piggish remark you've made, by the way.
okay. What do you want from me?
To not be a pig, it's offensive.
If you went like this, to Yelena, I would
I'm
agree
just
with you.
kidding.
And you know you cannot disagree with me.
Well,
for
like
doing
I just
that for
wouldn't.
Magneto.
Awareness.
All right,
But
whatever.
I actually don't care. It's just a joke.
Whatever.
Wolverine, and he has the greatest cameo in Marvel.
I'd say we picked the 2 hottest mutants.
Okay. What about Mystique?
She's 3rd.
Really?
Yep.
What about Charles James McAvoy?
I just can't look at him without seeing Mr.
Are you
Tumnus.
a beastie? I'm gonna call beast stands.
Fuck does that
I'm gonna
mean?
call beast stands beasties. Are you a beastie?
No.
Yeah, I don't really vibe with it either.
Yeah.
I stand Mystique though. Jennifer Lawrence specifically. This is a good one. Who said I love you first? From Avery. And I'll let her answer because I don't want to start talking about it. She's always distracted.
Sorry. Gavin is texting me and I have to tell him like I'm filming the podcast because tells him I read it.
You're good.
Chris told me he loved me first. He told me he loved me on January 31st. I unfortunately did not say it back at the time. I was like, I'm not ready. But
The
then
only
I said
reason
it like
she knows
5
that day
days
is because
later.
there was some.
Yeah, we were looking through our I made really cute scrapbooks within the first couple years of our
Yeah,
relationship.
like I don't have
and
that date memorized. Like
I'm
that's
a-
just because she.
I'm a
wrote that.
very sentimental person, and I have this box that's actually currently under Chris's feet. It's called my memory box, and throughout the course of our relationship, whenever something like significant would happen, I would write it down on a little ripped up piece of paper. I would write the date, and I would write what happened. So I'd have like our first kiss, and I have like the day he told me he loved me, the day I told him I love him, like certain dates we went on, and like I put it all in a scrapbook and stuff. So
Nice.
and I also, like, regardless of the date, I do remember him saying it to me, and I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
I said it, like, 6 days later, though, so it's fine.
fine. Favorite Disney princess from Allie.
This is a hard one. Can I pick one from the old era and one from the new era, please?
I implore you to.
New era, Rapunzel. Duh. She's
I
the
agree.
best one.
I agree. Same here, Rapunzel. from
Old
Penguin.
era, Aurora. That's my
Okay.
girl.
That's actually a pretty good
my
answer, yeah.
That's my girl.
I know you love her. From the old era, I don't even know, like pre-current era, I'll call it. Like that stretches into like the
I know
Renaissance.
yours.
I know you think I'm gonna say Ariel, which I don't know why.
Because you
I
used
like
to
her.
always say Ariel.
I like her. Yeah, I used to. I
Belle.
don't honestly. I don't know.
Belle.
Belle's good.
Belle.
Belle's good.
Love Belle.
I mean, like, again, none of them hold a candle to Rapunzel. It's like laughable
That's
to
literally
compare.
so true.
It's laughable to even compare,
Spill.
in my opinion, because a lot of them are just like damsels in distress and kind of mid. But
And Rapunzel is an alpha, and that's why I look up to her.
Rapunzel, yeah, yes,
I aspire to be
Preach.
Rapunzel.
yeah. So there you have that. This is another quick one. Do you like Green Day from Eleanor?
I do like Green Day. My mom likes Green Day.
I like Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Holiday. And if you caught last week's episode, I used to read those lyrics before I could buy a song on iTunes. So that was traumatizing.
My mom likes Green Day. She used to play it in the car.
21 Guns.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of bangers on like Transformers soundtracks. So the next question is, what new things have you learned about your relationship while doing the podcast? This is from someone named Cameron.
It's Cameron spelled with a Y.
Cameron Owens? I think I typed that right. I can't read my own handwriting. I'm sorry.
It looks like you put Owens.
Oh, yeah. It's Owens, but I misspelled it because I'm an idiot.
Aw.
Because I was writing fast.
What's something we've learned about each other? I think we both have very short fuses.
Yeah. I concur.
Especially if I'm dealing with you when you have had drinks in you. Depends on how many drinks.
Yeah.
If any of you have seen How I Met Your Mother, Chris has different stages of drunkenness, just like
I don't have Jabba the Hutt, but
just like
yeah.
Barney Stinson. And one of his stages of drunkenness is irritable toddler. That's what I have to deal with a lot of the time. What have you learned about me? Careful.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's see.
sensitive.
Yeah, a little bit. little sensitive.
But you knew that already.
Yeah, a little hypersensitive maybe.
Babes, I have ADHD.
Yeah, that's it too. I've learned more about that.
All right. What's that supposed to mean?
And the symptoms of it, and it's like a free case study for me.
All right.
So.
Next question.
Yeah, but that was a good one. Tips for starting a podcast from Colligan.Claire.
Good question.
I think having your niche or like what you want to center it around is the first thing you need to do, because if it's like, unless you're like the
Zane and Heath,
Logan Paul, they can kind of bullshit about whatever they want.
They can talk about whatever.
We are like more focused on like
we're
Marvel,
focused on fandoms.
Yeah, Marvel,
and, like,
Star Wars type stuff. Yeah.
But like there are some podcasts that are like current events podcasts. There are
true crime,
murder mystery podcasts.
Sports. There's a lot of subjects out there. If you have like, even if you're specific to like the 1D fandom or something.
I mean, there's people like Curtis Connor who will literally just talk about like current events. Like I'm sure his podcast this week will touch on Liam Payne, right?
Yeah,
like, I'm
probably
sure it will.
The thing about that is, if you want to grow, I think to start and grow an audience,
it's good to have a niche.
You should have a niche, because then people you can know your audience. Like if you're just talking about whatever, I feel like a lot of bigger creators will start one once they have a following, because they know people will come listen to it.
That's another
David
thing.
Dobrik, Logan Paul, Curtis Connor, Cody Ko. They can talk about whatever they want because they already had the platform.
Other advice I was gonna give was, it is like I would say to start some other form of platform to like
first
help. Not necessarily first, like you can do both at the same time.
I know what you're saying, yeah.
But like try to grow a following on TikTok or Instagram or Twitch or whatever, and then like when that as that following grows, like use that following to promote your podcast, because we wouldn't have as many listeners as we do if it wasn't for our social media platforms.
And then kind of bouncing off that, if you're just starting a podcast, have a TikTok and Instagram directly for it, where you just post a bunch of clips, that's to go back to the very first question, what's the hardest part? Staying consistent with promoting it, because we do our own content, and it adds a whole nother, like, double the amount of content you have to do if you want to really crank out the clips and everything for it on Instagram and TikTok. And so, yeah, it can be a lot to promote it, but I think if you're just doing a podcast, you can do it as well, because I've seen people grow like that on TikTok. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Will you ever let fans call in, from XX Janine?
I think that'd be really interesting.
Or J9.
We watch, not watch, but this person that we follow, his name is Miles. He's doing a podcast where like people call in for, I think, life advice, and he like tries to fix their life problems or something like that. But I think it's like a troll.
It's comedic, yeah.
I think it'd be interesting. We get like a fake, those apps you could download to feel it's like a fake phone number or something.
Yeah.
We could get that, because I'm not about to share my phone number on the internet.
Yeah.
And like see people call in. I guess, would you guys be interested in maybe calling in? Like we'll set a specific time.
Yeah.
And you can call us, and I don't fucking know what we would talk about.
No, yeah, I don't either. Like a question. It could be like a radio show.
Yeah.
Where it's like, do you like for sports,
Yeah.
You think this team, Paul, what the hell? Paul Feinbaum, what the hell you think's gonna happen this weekend, Paul? And then you answer, and that's that. So something like that would be fun.
So
maybe.
let us know if you guys would be interested in that.
Yeah. Moving on to the next one. What's a show or movie a lot of people like that you don't? This is from Jacob CU 1298.
Do you want me to answer this?
I have mine if you're ready. You go first. Let's do this shit.
Breaking Bad.
Okay. Why?
I just don't. Outside of like you and a couple of like other people I know, never once have I had a good interaction with a Breaking Bad fan. It's very much how WandaVision.
So you don't like the fandom.
It's very much how Wanda stands. Let me finish. Can I finish? It's how Wanda stands make you hate Wanda. Breaking Bad stands make me not want to watch Breaking Bad. Like I have no interest in that show already. Honestly, regardless of fans, I really don't have an interest in the show. I know it's good. I've heard it's good. Chris likes it, so I know it's a great show. But it just doesn't interest me. And then the fans just make it not something I ever want to be interested in ever. Respectfully, if you're a Breaking Bad fan, no disrespect.
I think you're missing out, but I can't convince you to watch it, so that's fine. Dune can go fuck itself.
All right.
I don't think it's God, and the reason I don't like this is because it was a fine movie. Visually, my God, it was impressive. Like from a technical filmmaking standpoint, but like the amount of people that were like acting like they just got baptized in holy water coming out of the theater. Can I speak?
Sorry.
Because you got mad when I interrupted you.
Sorry.
You're good.
I was singing a song to Timothy.
I know.
Continue.
It's just like I don't see the hype for this movie. I never will. I hope I like part 2. I'm going to root to want to like it. But the overhype this movie received made me fucking nauseous. It made me sick to my stomach. I didn't even know how to act when I came out of the movie, and I was like, that's what everyone loves so much? And, like, I just don't get it, and that's fine. I don't hate it. I just don't love it. It's an all right movie that I probably won't watch until 2023 when the new one comes out, and maybe even then I'll, like, watch a recap video because I don't want to. I mean, I fall asleep when I watch it, so that's my answer. That'll get the people going probably. But again, everything is hyped up every few months, so people kind of forgot about Dune.
Yeah.
Thankfully, other things come in and take the hype out. Here's the next one. Do you plan on seeing any of your internet friends soon? From Isabella.
This is one for you.
Less than a month, I'm seeing my best bud, Trevor from Film Geeks. I went out to California where he lives last July, visited him, and I'm going back the same week, actually. So it's been a year since I've seen him in person. The year flew by, but it's going to be fun. Not going to Disneyland this time, just hanging out. It's going to be fun seeing Thor, making videos, just hanging out. So that's the next internet friend I'm seeing.
I got really confused for a second because you said I'm seeing Thor. I was like, that's not the name of his dog. That's Matt's dog.
Yeah.
Got really confused.
When's the next time you think you'll see an internet friend?
I don't know. I know Emma's still in school technically right now. She's like in finals week because her school does quarters and not semesters.
Sounds hellish. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it does sound hellish. I'm so sorry. She's getting surgery over summer. I told her to let me come over and let me be like her nurse when she's like actually feeling fine and like not in actual pain. So all that depends on her. I do want to go see Leia. She's had May is like was a busy month for her, and June still seems to be relatively busy. She's like still getting stuff for her apartment and all that jazz. But whenever she's like pretty settled in, I want to see Leia because I haven't seen her. It'll be almost a year since I've seen her, and arguably the first time I met her in person was not fun. So I would like to see her at some point. I want her to come to like Disney, like Orlando.
That would be cool, yeah.
That might happen.
We'll probably go out to California together eventually. We haven't done that at all to get where we flew to California, but we didn't gone to, like, LA
we did not leave the airport together.
We did not.
So.
We went our separate ways. Stranger Things 4 Volume 2, please use that song.
Yeah. So I don't have a set plan to see any of my internet friends relatively soon, but hopefully I can.
Yeah, you will. You will. Any day now. That's Bo Burnham. I don't know why it came in my head. All right, we have 2 questions left. This one is from Sasha. Gotta love Sasha, fellow YouTuber.
Sasha?
Yes.
Love her.
Yes. We're actually seeing Sasha tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Well, the day before this comes out. We're seeing Jurassic World Dominion. She said she'll be there. So shout out Sasha. What does a show need to be... Excuse me, I can't read. What does a show need to become a GOAT or greatest of all time television show? I personally think it has to have the obvious thing, and then I'll get into what I really think it needs. It has to have like consistently high stakes through the seasons. Mm-hmm. Like it can't have like, okay, this is our main threat in season 1, and then they eliminate that at the end of season 1, and season 2 is like bullshit. It has to have like consistently high stakes, but above all else, it has to have a network of intriguing characters, like just like Stranger Things. That's why I think it's one of the GOATs. Game of Thrones. This is shows where I care deeply about 7 to 10 characters.
Stranger Things almost fell into that. The first thing you just said,
it almost did
when it got to the end of season 2, and it was like, okay, so we're right at the end of season 1 where we just started. So all of everything we did in because like it flips upside down and the mind flare is still there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so what was the point?
Exactly. Yeah.
Of the last 9 episodes. No disrespect to season 2. I love season 2 so much. So Stranger Things almost slipped into that territory, but they got right out of that.
They damn sure did.
I agree. I think it has to have good characters. I think it needs to be a fun and original idea. Something like Game of Thrones. Never really been thought of before. Something like Stranger Things. Never been done before. Something like Outer Banks. It's not really something we see. You know what I mean? That's why I think that these shows like always like are way above Marvel shows, because Marvel shows kind of feel like the same thing over and over again with just a different character and a slightly different theme.
Yeah, it's just rehash, recycling. Mm-hmm. I love when
it's got to be something original.
Yeah, I agree. And like you have
like
to
The
have
Boys.
I agree, and you have to have damn good villains. The Boys has Homelander.
The Boys
You've
is
got,
so good.
Vecna in Stranger Things. Mm-hmm. You've got all the Game of Thrones villains. There's so many of them that are very like hateable.
Invincible.
You hate their guts and you're rooting against them. There's all these different things you have to make a show great, and villain, stakes, characters you love. build up each season, you know, and payoff. And all these shows have that, and I think that's why they're some of the best. So you just have to have that, like a show that like when a show just fizzles out. Like the worst thing is when a show just overextends its stay. Like a sitcom, for example, when it goes on too long and they're stretching it thin. Oh, it makes me sick. And the last question.
It's a good question.
Damn good question. Favorite dessert from Dank. Shout out Dank. Fellow, he's a supporter on Twitch and YouTube and everything. Dank Sinatra.
I don't know if I can really answer this. I love me a good lemon cake.
You love lemon cake.
Every year for my birthday, I ask for lemon cake. Lemon cake, lemon icing. I made myself a lemon cake for my graduation. My dad also likes lemon cake, so we make him lemon cake for his birthday. I fuck up a good lemon cake.
Good answer. I like it a lot. I used to have it, a slice of it for pre-K. I would have it in my lunch from Sam's, the round ones. A little slice of it. I loved it. So that's a good answer. I really love ice cream, Cam. Oreo ice cream or like cookies and cream ice cream and milkshakes is my jam. But one of my favorite desserts is peanut butter cookies.
Oh.
And we're actually about to go make some after this, which has been like motivation to record. They're going to be hot peanut butter cookies right out of the oven. I could eat just about anything peanut butter.
Because literally I made 2 batches of peanut butter cookies last week, and my mom came home from her skating work trip and
devoured
ate them all. They were gone in less than 24 hours, and so she's out of town.
I ate a lot. You ate a lot. We all ate a lot.
She's out of town again. Well, she's not going to listen to this. It's fine.
I don't care.
She's out of town again, so I'm going to make some while she's not here.
Yeah, but I like peanut butter cookies. I love cookies and cream or Oreo ice cream from Brewster's. There's a damn good one called Graham Central Station. I love like chocolate peanut butter, all that stuff. Cookies are just goated, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all the questions and answers for this episode. There was a bunch sent in. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Again, you can follow us on Instagram, The Unusual Couple Podcast. That's where, we post most of our updates over there. We have TikTok. You can listen to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Next week should be loaded.
Yeah.
Because we will have seen Jurassic World Dominion and Lightyear.
We can talk about the boys.
Kenobi will be 4 eps in. The Boys will be another ep in. Miss Marvel will be out. There's a lot to talk about next week. So we'll probably do a little Miss Marvel talk. We'll do some Kenobi talk. We'll talk about the trendy things as we always do. We'll section it off. Maybe we could do a segment like Question of the Week where we take the best question from Instagram, something like that. But we're always open to hearing your guys' suggestions because like we mentioned, it can get hard and exhausting and draining to think of ideas. So if you guys have any ideas, don't be shy.
Don't hesitate.
Yeah, you can DM
Send them
us,
our
and
way.
we want to keep doing it.
I check my
I enjoy
DM
doing
requests.
this. This is fun for both of us.
I check my DM requests at least once every other day. So
yeah, this is fun for both of us. So if we stop doing it, it's because we get caught up in our other content, and we just I want to keep doing this every week. I would love to. It's on us to set a time aside, and I think we're going to keep doing it. So
West Side Story for movies we like to watch together.
Yeah, that is.
Sorry,
we like musicals.
I literally just whistled and then I went. Oh.
Proof of what I talked about learning earlier in action right there.
All right.
But yes, we like to watch musicals together for sure. And Les Mis might be one.
Oh,
with a PMI track.
Yeah,
that might be number one. Les Mis with the
shit.
PMI track might be number one.
God damn.
That might be number one. I don't know. I don't even watch the movie. I just listen to them
down.
bullshit.
Look down. Don't look them in the
eye.
eye.
You know nothing of my life. All I did was steal some bread. I am warning you, drummer. Anyway, we could go on and on, but thank you guys for sticking around and listening and watching still. We know we've been inconsistent over a whole year. We should have 52, but we have 22. So we fell off.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
And so we're going to try and...
Everything will be alright if you... you keep me
I could Homelander your ass right now. Literally.
I'm going to edit lasers into that for a TikTok. You don't know about me, but I bet you want to. All right, are we going to end it?
I think we're done here.
All right, love you guys.
Time to go eat peanut butter cookies.
We're going to make cookies.
We'll see you in our Michael Jordan episode, 23.
Oh, shit. High in a cup with the
if she
shades
makes
on.
it to next week.
Sorry, my medicine's worn off. Love you guys. Stay unusual.